Hi there. I'm going to lead you through how to add a visualization to a song, step by step, piece by piece. Here are the steps we will cover in this presentation. Creating a song with a MIDI sequencer. Adding the Visualizer VST plugin. Adding a song to a project. Adding components to the song. Generating the database and exporting the MIDI map. Importing the MIDI map into the sequencer. Adding visualization events to the piano roll. The first step to adding a visualization to a song, is to create a song with a MIDI sequencer. The song I've created for this presentation, is a song by the band called The Clash. And the title is, Train, in Vain. Just to be clear, I didn't compose this great song, I only sequenced it. And, I just happened to use a sequencer called Sonar, by Roland. Now creating the song with a sequencer, is out of the scope of this presentation. I'm hoping you know how to do that by now anyway. So after you have created the song, you should mix down the song into 2 tracks, one track for the accompaniment, and one for the melody. Assuming that you have already installed the Visualizer VST plugin, the next step is to add the plugin to this song. The steps will be similar if you are using a different sequencer. But, here is how I do this in Sonar. I will go to the Insert menu, then choose Soft Synth, then choose the Visualizer. You have just added the Visualizer plugin to this particular song. Soon we will populate this track with events that will be sent to GeForce, but before that, let's decide what type of events we want to send to GeForce. We are going to add a new song to the visualization toolkit, but before that, I believe I will set up the audio sources. This will associate the audio source name with a specific audio input. I will associate automatic with one of the GeForce internal generated audio. I will associate the soloist with line 2. And the background with line 1. Next, I will change the name of the album. I'll go to the Album tab and rename, New Album, to, London Calling. OK. Now, open up the Song tab, and change, New Song, to Train in Vain. Then save our changes. Before going any further, let's click the Generate button to create the new configuration files. The best way, that I have found, to choose the right components for a song, is to start the song, then click a component to see the effect. I usually start by choosing an empty flow field, then adding a color map that is somewhat generic. At that point I can concentrate on choosing just the right wave shapes for this song. Don't forget to set the sensitivity for each wave shape. Watch as I do that now. Okay, now let's go to the Flow Field tab, and add some interesting flow fields. Do the same for the color maps. Particles. Videos. and text messages for the title, composer, and yours truly, the performer. After adding all the components you want to use in the visualization, it is time to save the project. Then, click the Generate button to generate the configuration files. These files will be loaded at runtime by GeForce to give you control of the visualization. One of the most compelling features of the Visualization Toolkit is the ability to generate a MIDI map file that can be imported into your MIDI sequencer. With this ability, you can see what MIDI note will trigger what event. Just to review, the event can change the visualization to any degree. Change the wave shape, change the color map, the flow field, display text, and even start a video playback. Just you wait to see what kind of awesome visualization we are going to make. At the bottom is the visualizer track, track 3, displayed as a piano roll for adding and editing events. My sequencer allows me to assign the MIDI map file to the piano roll. Let me show you how this works in Sonar. Right-click on the left side and choose the Configure option. Next, click on the Define button to bring up the Instrument Definition dialog. Click on the Import button. Then navigate to the GeForce MIDI Maps folder to locate the MIDI map file. In this case, the file has the name, traininvain.ins. Select the file, then click the Open button. Select the file again, then click OK, and then close the dialogs. Right-click on the left side and choose to use these note names instead option. Then find the name of the song in the list, and select it. Notice now you should see the event name in the left side, instead of the piano keys. This view shows the events that will be sent to GeForce in real time. The measures are arranged from left to right. Each measure has 4 beats, and the whole song is comprised of about 140 measures. How this works will be more obvious in a minute. From bottom to top represents the specific event that will be sent to GeForce. Off to the left are the names of the events that you added using the Visualization Toolkit. From bottom to the top you have the albums, the songs, the color maps, the audio source, the wave shapes, the flow fields, the particles, the videos, and at the very top is the text messages. You will be happy to see that we are finally entering the more interesting part of this tutorial. Let's start adding events and then play back the song to see the results. Let's enter an event that will select the album London Calling. Then 1 beat later select the song Train in Vain. Now let's add the events for selecting the color map, 2, the Charles Rainbow, and the audio source to the background. I've learned that it is wise to reset the other components to a known state to make the presentation more predictable, so I will set the particles, flow field and video to be off at the moment. Next, let's scroll up here and add an event for the title to be displayed. Then, 5 beats later, let's add an event to display the composer. Then another 5 beats later let's add an event to start the video called Fast Moving Chicago. It's time for a quick sanity check to see how we are doing thus far. I'm going to start the song playing. And we should see the results of our hard work. First you will see the title, the composer, then you will see the video start up. I hope you are beginning to understand how to add events to your song that will control your visualization. I'm going to go through and add some events, then we will examine the results. To keep it simple, at first, I am only going to add wave shapes, color maps, and videos. Let me scroll through the visualizer track to show you what I have added so far. The events that I have added will control G-force by starting a wave shape, color map, or video at the appropriate time. The events will occur in such a way that they will be in beat with the music. Yes, that's right. And if you know anything about sequencers, you will know that you can slow down, or speed up a sequencer, and these events will stay synchronized with the music. Measure 6 may be interesting to look at. Here I've added the wave shapes called fireflies to measures 6 and 7. Each time a firefly event occurs, it jumps to a new location. It makes it seem like the music is moving the firefly. Not entirely true. Notice that on measure 8 I added an event for Melt-O-Rama. I've repeated this same pattern starting on measure 10. At measure 17, two events happen. One will change the wave shape to the box spectrum, and the other event will change the audio source to the soloist. What this means is that the visualization will no longer react to the accompaniment, but will react to the soloist. If you ask me, that's pretty cool. Around measure 25, 28, and 29, you will see the color map change. Wave shape change at measure 34. At measure 60, a video will start, and some wave shapes will alternate. How about it? How about let's go back to measure 4, where the fast-moving Chicago video starts, and play the song to the end.